Welcome back. Today the bean that we are going to create is used for reporting purpose. Now reporting is a very important activity in any project. It retrieves data from the database tables and delivers it to the end users in a predefined format. Reporting is an activity in which we have to retrieve so much of data from the database and we will have to deliver it. So we need a specific mechanism, some steps, and these steps I'll be explaining you one by one. And for this we will be using a bean that will retrieve data from the database and will put it into an array list of objects, and each object will represent a record from the database table, and at the end we will be delivering this data on a JSP page to the end users. So we are writing a bean that will receive account type and will return an array list of objects containing data from the accounts table. So for performing this reporting activity, the first thing we'll have to do is creating an entity bean. But before that, this is the sixth bean that we are creating under these online sessions. Now in this bean, what we are going to do is receive account type and return all the records belonging to that account type from the database table accounts. And for this we are following different steps as I already explained you. So I hope you have already done the previous 5 beans of different categories. All these are carefully chosen just to give you a better feel and experience of creating and using beans. So we are going to create this 6th bean today. And during this process, if you have got any difficulties, any problems in creating and executing, so you can communicate with us on business WhatsApp. Now let's now the bean that we want to create is not of the type of beans which we have created. This is an entity bean. So there are 4 columns in the accounts table: account number, account name, account type, and balance. So we want to create a bean with the same properties, but because it is used to hold the data and we call it as an entity bean, we want to place it in a separate package. So I'm going to create another package for this type of bean. So I will name this package as my entities. So I'll create a package, right click src, new package, and take the name as my entities. So this my entities package is created. Refresh it to place it at a proper place. So now we have my beans, a package for all our beans. A new package we have created is my entities, and already we have been using a package called my servlets to store all the servlet programs. Now right click that my entities package, go into new, click to class option and specify some name to this entity bean class. So we are naming it as account because it's going to hold data of the accounts table, and the properties in this class will be similar to the columns in the table. So we have already seen that there are 4 columns in the table. Similarly, 4 properties will create in this bean. So we'll create private integer account number, private string account name, then private string account type, and private double balance. Now these properties are ready. We are not going to write any processing logic in this bean. This is just a place to store our data. One record of the accounts table will be stored in the object of this bean class. So we just want 4 properties, a constructor to initialize these properties, and the setters and getters of all these properties. With the help of setters, we'll be able to store some data in the properties of this bean, and with the help of getters we'll get the values of the properties of the bean. So we want setters and getters of all these properties. So select all and generate. So we can see all the setters and getters of 4 properties are generated. and that's all. We are not going to do anything more than this in this bean class. In the second step, in which we will be actually creating the bean that we want to teach you in this example, is we can call it as a reporting bean, which actually involves all the processing logic for taking data from the database and putting it into an array list will be included in this bean. In this bean, what we will do is we will retrieve data from the database table, and we will put each record of the table into an object of the account class which we created in the first step, and all these objects of the account class we will add it into an array list, and this entire array list will be returned back to a JSP that will hold all the records of the accounts table. So after creating this entity bean account, now we want to create the actual bean which will retrieve data from the database and will put it into an array list to send it to a JSP. So again, now we will have to right click my beans package. This is the main package where all our beans are stored. So right click the my beans package and select a class. Specify a name to the class as account type report. Now this is the bean that's going to help us in generating a database report. So we have named it as account type report. Account type we are going to receive and return all the records belonging to that account type. So we have named it as account type report. Now every time whenever we create a bean, the first question is which properties do we need in this bean. So in this case, what we are going to receive and what we are going to return, that is what we'll have to understand. So account type is something that we are going to receive. It will be of string type. So this is the first property that we have created, private string account type. And the second property that we need is going to be an array list. It will have all the objects of account class stored inside. So we are creating another property as array list of type account. So objects of account class will be stored in this array list. Array list can store data as well as it can store objects, as we know. So to store so many values, we are going to create an array list of objects, and each object will hold 4 values, as we already know while creating the entity bean. And to use array list, we need to import a package java.util, and to use that class account, we need a package myEntities. So now, as we normally do, again we'll have to create a constructor and initialize these two properties with some values, like we are initializing account type and we are initializing the array list of type account. So ACC type equals to double quote and list equals to, now because it is an object, equals to new array list of type account. So it will store the objects of account class, and each object, as we all know, will carry one record from the database. So many records will be able to store in the array list in the form of objects, and each object will be of 4 values. So the constructor is ready. Again, the next step is to create the setters and getters of the properties. So we need setter of account type because this is what we are going to pass it to the bean, and we need a getter of the array list. So again, right click in the editor, source, and generate getters and setters. For account type we are taking a setter, and for list we need a getter because this bean is going to return me the array list of objects. Click to generate, and one setter and one getter is generated in the bean class. Now the moment we receive an account type from a servlet or a JSP, we are going to perform some processing activity. So for that we are going to create a separate function, and we have named it as retrieve data. Now this is purely a private function because we are not going to call it from outside. So we have written private void retrieve data. This function will be executed every time whenever we pass a new account type to the bean. So this retrieve data function will have all the JDBC activities included. We already know how to fire a select query, a parameterized select query with the help of a prepared statement. So we need all those JDBC objects. So we need a package called java.sql imported in the beginning, and we are creating an object of connection, an object of prepared statement, and an object of result set. Along with that, we need object of the account class, because every record that we are going to retrieve from the result set, we are going to put into the object of the account class. So we need an account class. We have created the object. We haven't yet initialized it. We'll be doing it at the right time. So now, to connect to the database, we have already a bean ready, DB connector. We have created it somewhere in the previous sessions. So instead of writing all that class.forName or driver manager.get connection, we are using that bean. So a bean can be used in a bean. This is what we are trying. So DB connector dbc equals to new DB connector, and con equals to dbc.get DB connection. Now this function will return me a ready-made connection. Then we have initialized the prepared statement with the help of a query, select star from accounts where account type equals to question mark. Now this account type we are receiving in a property, this one, set account type. So we are using that account type in the query. Now execute that query and store the result in the result set. And now we want to use a while loop, because we don't know exactly how many number of records are retrieved from the database. So we are using a while loop, and every time when the loop executes, we are initializing the object of the account class. A fresh object is initialized, and we want to put every record in the result set into the object of the account class, and that entire object will be stored in the array list, and the array list will be returned back from here to a JSP. So that's what the mechanism we are trying. Now this mechanism is used by most of the MVCs. When we'll be doing advanced programming with MVCs in Java development, we'll be using the same mechanism. We'll be using an entity class. The data will be put into the object of the entity class, and an array list of all such objects is created and returned from a bean. So this is a very popular mechanism in Java, and that we want to learn here. So we have initialized the object of the account class. Now take out from each record, take out the account number, account name, account type, and balance from the result set, and put it into the object of the account class. So that's what we are doing, like ac.set account number and rs.get int of account number. So take out the data from the result set and put it into your object. And this process will be repeated multiple times because we are writing it in a loop, a while loop. So all the data present in the result set is taken out and is now added into the object of the account class. Now once this process is done, let me finish this, rs.get double of balance. So everything we have taken out from the result set and we have added it into the object of the account class. Now this is just a single record. We are not going to pass a single record from here. We want to pass such multiple records. So this account class which we created in the previous step now is helping us to store a record. Now one record is stored in the object, and this object will put it into the array list. Okay, so the loop executes and so many different objects will be added in the array list, right? The loop will continue and every record is put into the object of the account class, and so many objects are created and will be stored in the array list. So another important step we'll have to perform here is list. Now we have an array list property in this bean class. So we'll write list.add. Now say for example we have one record taken out from the result set. So account number, account name, account type, and balance we have taken out from the result set, and now we have added this record into the object of the account class. But we want such several objects to be stored together in one array list. So every time in a loop we will have to store the object in the array list. So we'll say list.add ac. So the object is added in the array list. The loop continues and a good number of account objects are added in the array list. So this process will continue as long as there are records present in the result set. And finally, as a formality, we'll close the connection. This array list of account objects, and each object is one record from the database, is returned back from here to a JSP. Now this all processing is done by a function called retrieve data, which we are executing from the setter function of this bean class. And now the array list is created. It will have n number of objects of the account class. Each object represents a record in the account table. So the bean that we want to create is ready, and now we want to test this bean. Now we know that bean is something that cannot be executed directly, so we'll have to create some pages so that we can call the bean and test it. So in general, what this bean is going to do is we are going to pass account type to the bean, and in response it is going to return back collection of objects that contain a lot of data from the accounts table. So this is what we have actually performed. Now let's test this bean. First of all, we'll open the index.jsp page, which is the home page of our application. We'll open the page and we'll add a hyperlink. Now this hyperlink will take me to an HTML page or a form on which we are going to accept account type from the user, which will be passed on to a servlet or a JSP, in this case a JSP, because we want to display a report. And this HTML will take account type and will send it to a JSP, which will display the report with the help of the bean that we have created. So we are adding an HTML hyperlink on index page. So it will take me to search on type.html. Now this is the HTML page that we want to create. So right click web content, go to new, take an HTML page with a name, search on type.html. And on this page, what we have to do is we have to create a small HTML form that will take account type as an input from the user. So form name equals to FRM, method equals to post as usual, and action equals to name of a JSP page that will receive account type from this HTML form and will call the bean for generating a report of the account holders of this specific type. So the name of the JSP that we have planned is show account type report.jsp, that will be creating after this HTML form. So we are creating a drop down list. So select name equals to TYP. Now TYP is the name with which the value selected by the user will be sent to the JSP. And the options that we are providing here are saving and fixed and current. Now these are the three account types which are present in my accounts table. So the same options we are going to provide to our user in the drop down list. Then take a submit button, on the click of which this data will be submitted to the server side JSP page. Now my form is ready. Now anything else if you want to do. Final step, we will be creating a JSP page and we will receive the array list from the reporting bean, and we will write a for loop to retrieve data from the array list and display it to the end users. Now each record in the array list is in the form of an object of the account class, and we have to take out all the data from the account class, and that will give us a record, and we will print it on the JSP page as a report. Now the next thing we'll have to do, the last thing actually we'll have to do, is create this JSP show account type report.jsp, which will be invoked when we press submit button from this HTML form, and that will test our bean for reporting. So let's create this JSP. right click web content, new, and take a JSP file. Show account type report.jsp. Now this JSP is going to invoke the reporting bean. So as a formality, some heading will be showing here. Now showing account report from bean. Now to display a report, now report is something that usually we display in a tabular fashion in the form of rows and columns. So we want to take an HTML table with some options like width and border color or something. So we'll create a table, and we will add some headings to these table columns so that all the data will be printed in a very systematic fashion, in a well formatted fashion. So we are showing some headings to the columns of the table like account number, name, type, and balance. Now below this headings column, headings row rather, we want to display all the records returned by the bean from the array list, right? So the bean is going to return us an array list containing all the records of that specific account type, which we want to print on this JSP page in a table. So before actually printing data coming in from the bean, we will have to add some imports here. So obviously the first thing that we need is java.util package, because it contains an array list. The bean is going to return us an array list. So on this JSP page, we will have to receive the data in the form of an array list, and the array list class is present in java.util package. So we have imported java.util, and the bean is actually present in a package called mybeans. So that also we have imported. Now first of all, before trying to display anything on the page, we will have to do few things, like we'll have to create an object of the bean. Account type report is the name of the bean. So we'll create object of the bean because this is what we need, and the bean is going to return us an array list that contains objects of class account. So what we have done is we have created an array list here on the JSP page to receive data coming in from the bean, right? So the array list is created, but it is giving me an error for the account class, which is present in a package. If you remember, the account class is not present in mybeans, it is present in my entities package. So we have written %@page import my entities.star. So now let's create object of the bean class. We have created an array list to receive data coming in from the bean. Now create an object of the bean. So account type report obj equals to new account type report. This is the main bean which is going to provide us all the data needed for printing a report on this page. Now one thing we must understand is the account type for which the report is generated is coming in from an HTML form. So we'll have to receive some data account type from the HTML form. So string typ equals to request.get parameter, and the name of the drop down list from which the account type is coming is typ. So request.get parameter and typ. Now we have received a value from the HTML form. Now we want to pass this account type to the bean, and obviously the bean will retrieve all the data from the database and will return it back to the JSP page in the form of an array list. So we have set the account type. The value of typ is given to the bean object. So we have used the setter function to pass account type to the bean, and the bean now will return us list of records in an array list. So we'll have to receive. We have already created an object of the array list lst equals to obj.get. Now this is what get list. So all the records in the form of objects will be returned by the bean, and we are receiving it in an object called LST. Now the data from the bean is received by the JSP. Now the last thing we'll have to do on this page is to print all the values present in the array list on this page. So we have already created a table to print the report. The data is present, received in the list in LST. Now we want to add more rows below these headings, and we want to print the report. Now we remember that all the records in the array list are present in the form of objects. So each record is represented as an object of the account class in the array list, and that object has getters to deliver the data. So what we'll do is we'll create a for loop here. So LST is the array list. So number of records present in the array list will be printed with the help of this for loop. So we are taking a new row. For every new record, a new row will be added in the HTML table. And now this is the most important part of it. LST.get of I is say a 0th record, and because it is an object, that object contains a function called get account number. So from the first object present in the array list, we are retrieving account number. So it's kind of a multi-dimensional array that we are accessing. Objects in the array list. So the first element in the array list is an object of the account class, and in that object we have functions like get account number, get account name, get account type, and get balance. This is what the entity class, entity bean is providing us. These are the functions present in the entity bean which we are actually using on the JSP page to print the report. Now, so this loop will continue, and each record will be printed in the table. Now it's showing you an error, but there's nothing wrong in the delimiters, so just ignore this. And now let's run the application. So to test it, we'll have to run this application and see if it is printing the report properly. For better navigation, we can add a hyperlink at the end of the report to go back to the home page index.jsp. This is purely optional. Now everything is ready. The stage is set, and we can run the application to check if everything is correctly done. So we have run the application. We are on the home page index.jsp. If you remember, we added a hyperlink here to go to an HTML form. See, so here we are on the HTML form. So we'll select an account type. These are the three options provided to the user: saving, fixed, and current. These are the account types present in my accounts table in the database. So you select any one of these, like say we have selected current and search. Now we are on a JSP page which has invoked a bean, and the bean has returned all the data of current data type, and we have printed it in the form of a report. So all the data the bean has returned to the JSP in the form of an array list of objects, and each object is represented as a report, as a record on the JSP page. So see, these many records means these many objects, and each object contains 4 values. This is how reporting can be done in Java, even at an MVC level also. So this is an important example for your future in Java.